Hey guys, YPbPr here. Today I'm going to try to help you fix the scrolling diagonal line error on Sony Vega Trinitron televisions. This error is very common on Vega TVs that were manufactured 2002 and later, approximately 2002 and later, and it's for the smaller TVs. It's for the 13-inch models, the 20-inch models, the 24-inch models. I have heard that this happens on some 27-inch models, but I've never seen it. But yeah, just to cut to the chase, the issue is very, very easy and obvious to see in person, but on camera it's really hard to see. But it's most visible when you're looking at dark scenes, when you're looking at dark green, dark blue, dark gray. You will see a diagonal line at about this angle. You'll see black lines scrolling up the screen, okay? It might be visible in this video right now, it might not, but it's very common and it's really annoying, and it doesn't make for the best gaming experience. And I have a level 1 of Super Mario World pulled up because this is actually a solid spot to notice the diagonal error, because we have this dark green background here, and it's really easy to see this error. To summarize the fix, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your geometry and your tilt control is at a spot where you like it. The second step is to take the TV apart and disconnect the rotation coil cable from the neck board. I know that sounds intimidating, but it's actually super easy. It doesn't require any experience or any soldering experience. I'm a complete newbie and I was able to do it no problem. And the third step, after you put your TV back together, is you're going to have to open the service menu and adjust the tube rotation setting, which is abbreviated TROT. And you're going to have to usually max out that setting to the maximum of 255, but in some cases you might need to find some wacky number that's below that, maybe 200 or 215 or something. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so the first step is you want to make sure you open up a grid, and you can find a grid on the 240p test suite. And go ahead and Google that if you've never used it, but it's pretty easy to set up. And you just want to make sure that your geometry is at a spot where you like it, but most importantly, you want to make sure that your tilt control is at a spot where you like it. So that's how much the picture is tilted left or right in a rotational sense. So here, as you can see, it looks pretty good, so we don't have to tinker with that anymore. All right, we now have the back plastic removed from the TV. You're going to have the rotation coil right here. So the rotation coil cable is a white and black cable right here, and it's usually connected to the neck board, and it's wired around the entire tube. And so I'm not going to pretend like I completely understand how this works, but when you disconnect this cable here, it allows you to fix the diagonal scroll error, but at the same time it will not affect your geometry whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and remove it. Alright, so I've unplugged the cable, and again, just as a reminder, it's the cable that is white and black. There should not be any other cable connected to the neck board that is specifically a white and a black cable right here. And so you can unplug it with your fingers, it's not too bad, you just got to be gentle and careful. And I just tied it to this other cable here just to make sure that this one doesn't get in the way with anything. And that's really it. You're pretty much done at that point. You just have to unplug that cable, and you just got to put the TV back together the same way you took it apart. All right, now that the TV's reassembled, we're going to go ahead and open the service menu. If you've never opened the service menu before, I recommend that you find a different article online or a different YouTube video that talks more about it. We're going into this video just assuming that you already generally know how to use it, and I hope you know the risks that you could mess up your TV pretty badly if you don't know what you're doing. But if you follow along with me, you should be fine. First thing you want to do is make sure your TV is turned off. And on a remote, it's probably preferable if you use an original remote, but you could use a universal remote, I think. And you want to enter the code display number 5. Sorry, let me show you. Display number 5, and then the volume plus button, and then power, okay? And you need to press those buttons in sequence rather quickly, within a few seconds. So you go display 5, volume up, power. All right, and once the TV is turned on, you want to navigate to the TROT setting, standing for tube rotation, and you want to use the numbers 1 and 4 to navigate to the different settings, and then numbers 3 and 6 to adjust the values on each setting. So you're going to have to press the 1 button multiple times, and as you can see on the top left here, we're scrolling through different settings. So you want to get to TROT right here. It should only take maybe 10 or 15 different steps and you're there. So right now it's at 105 is the setting out of a maximum of 255. In most cases, you're going to want to press the 3 button and hold it down, and it will keep going up and up and up to the 255. And from my experience, setting it to 255 completely fixes this problem. I'm looking at it right now. The diagonal lines are going away. They're actually scrolling slower and slower as I go up. And now that I'm at the max of 255, I don't see the error at all. And usually the tube rotation setting will rotate the entire picture, but it's not rotating at all right now because we unplugged the rotation coil from the neck board. That's why we took it apart. And now we've got no scrolling error and our geometry is good. So yippee. So now all you got to do is to save your setting. What you don't want to do is turn off the TV right now. You want to make sure you save the setting. Let's assume you made some mistakes in the service menu and you did something goofy and your picture looks weird or you pressed the wrong button. That's okay. You can turn your TV off and it won't save any of the settings, and you can turn it back on and you're fine. But if you want to save your settings, go ahead and press the muting button and then the enter button. I don't want you to get confused. The enter button is not the button in the middle of this D-pad here. The enter button is the button that's literally called enter. So you press muting, and then when I press muting, it's gonna say save in the top right. So muting, oh sorry, it says right, my bad. It says right. And then oops, I messed it up. Muting and enter. And you see the right text went from red to green. That means I saved it. Now I can just turn the TV off and on, and we're good to go. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and happy gaming.